Hey guys, me Dave. It's 3/7/2021 Sunday night. I didn't do a video last night. There's not much going on. It hasn't been that bad of a weekend. A little harassment here and there, a little bit. They've been laying off me a little bit. I mean, when I say that, I still get remote neural monitoring and manipulation and stuff like that, but it's just not as bad. So I got out a little bit today and um, I've been sitting around, so it's I got out, took Tanner to the park, used my relative's car, and took Tanner to the park and stuff, and we got out and went for a little ride afterwards and stuff, and got him out and stuff, and the snow's melting around here. It was almost 50 degrees up here. Tomorrow it's supposed to be like 50, which is really nice for us. I might go to DQ. Up here, I'm in northern Minnesota, so some of the DQs don't, Dairy Queens, they don't stay open all year round. They shut down and then they open up in the summertime and stuff. Well, DQ opened up uh, just a few days ago, so I might go get some ice cream tomorrow. Just like we have an A&W, A&Dubs up here. It's a you pull up and the girl comes out and takes your order and all that stuff. You eat in your car or you can go inside and eat. There's a little space there. Um, they close down in the wintertime and then they open up in the spring or late spring or whatever, and stuff. So we have that up here, so it's kind of a treat to go, when they open up, go get a hamburger or go get some ice cream or something like that, it's pretty good. So, but they kind of been laying off me this weekend, which is surprising. I'm expecting to get hit. When they do lay off me like this, I expect the psycho to come on, and the guy who really likes to torture me, or guys who like to torture me hard and really like to hurt me. I expect them to come on and hit me. Like I say, they'll sneak in like a predator. They'll sneak in. They'll hit you a little bit, and they'll hit you a little bit, and then the next day they'll hit you a little more, and then they sneak their way in, and they'll nail you. So, that's what they do. Another thing I want to talk about is, I wish, you know, um, there's people out there that are putting out information. I commend those people and all that stuff. The only thing is like there's a lot of repetitive information being put out there, and people talk about the same thing every night, or they talk about the same thing every week, or whatever. It's kind of the same thing. I think we need to start talking about solutions. Let's talk about solutions, because you can go there and I mean, what are you gonna do? If you have an appointment with your senator, are you gonna explain all this mumbo jumbo stuff? They're gonna look at you like you're crazy, like you know, be, like only this stuff exists in sci-fi movies. It doesn't do us any good. It's. I mean, we can sit there and complicate this technology all we want. It is complicated. And what they're doing to the brain, and they're mapping the brain out, and all this stuff. And they're using Skynet, and they're using satellites, and we're only making assumptions. We really are. We need to start talking about solutions. How do we stop this? How do we stop this? How do we get together and stop this horrific crime from happening? I mean, a lot of people are making videos about, the brain and articles, and it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. Or, the information's out there. It's just people are repeating this information that's already out there. It's already out there. I mean, are we trying to convince non-targets? They're not going to understand. They're not going to understand this. If we're trying to convince non-targets. We got to talk in simple terms and all this stuff. Like I say, we got to go to a senator and explain all this mumbo jumbo. They're gonna look at you like a deer in headlights. Um, how do we stop this? What do we do to stop this? Nobody's listening to us. Senators don't listen to us. Like I say, I wrote to Amy Klobuchar, and I get like an automated response back. It's an automated response. It didn't even come from her. Um, so, but how do we stop this? What do we do to stop this? I don't know. I question how bad people are getting hit, or if they're real or what, because if you're not calling everyone to try to stop your target, it can't be that bad. If people can just put up with it, it can't be that bad. I'm a hard target, and when I get desperate, I call everyone. I'm calling my local FBI. I'm leaving messages. I'm calling everyone when I get hit, when I get nailed. Trying to stop this, and they almost sent me to the hospital. And they did just send me to the hospital a few weeks ago. It cost $2,000. I haven't got the bill yet. They still haven't. It doesn't show up on my medical. When I go into my medical account for the hospital, it doesn't show up. But I know it was $1,900. But so I don't know. I'm assuming the insurance will pay 80% of it. But it was a $2,000 night. When this guy sent me to the hospital. But I don't know. What do we do? I don't know what to do either. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do either. It just seems like there's a lot of busy work going on. People make videos, doing research, and they're repeating themselves. It's you know what I mean? It's not. We've heard it all before. People repeating themselves on what they're doing to us and all this stuff. How do we stop it? How do we convince people to listen to us? I don't know. It just seems like people are just killing time, and they're waiting for somebody to come and save them or something, and it's not going to happen. It's just So I just want to say that. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. I'm looking for cars and all that stuff, and there ain't nothing out there, for $2,000. You think $2,000 would be a decent amount of money to find something decent, and there's nothing out there. Not much out there anyway. Other than that, it hasn't been that bad of a weekend. I might get it next week. Might get nailed. They might nail me next week. And stuff. And I'm not talking about you guys when I make these videos. I'm not saying we don't do anything and we're not doing anything to stop our target. I don't mean it like that. We have leaders and all this stuff, and they're well known if you go to the calls. But if you go to Facebook and you ask people who these people are, nobody knows who they are. They're self-appointed leaders. Maybe 100 people know them or 50 people know them, but a majority of the community on Facebook, they don't know who these people are even. And we got people on Facebook that are trying to stop this. They're giving advice and trying to stop this and all this stuff, and they're trying to do something. They're real TIs and stuff. And another thing I want to mention, there was one more thing I want to mention. It's we got, there's self-appointed leaders in our community that are on, there's a few on Facebook. I'm not going to mention names. There's a few other ones that Okay, one of the things they like to do in this program is put the fear of death in you. We have other targets, even some a doctor, they like to put the fear of death in you. Like they're gonna kill you. They're gonna fry your brain. They're gonna do all this stuff. Those are assumptions, you guys. They're speculation. It's not necessarily gonna happen. That's not necessarily gonna happen to you. Um, it's. I think we have to stop doing that to each other. Um, it's possible that some of us are assets to the government. I mean, I know people don't want to believe that, but it could be true. That some of us are assets to the government. They've been in the program for, I think I've been in the program 47 years. There's an old guy in his 70s. He's been going through this for over 20 years. They don't want him to kill himself. I don't think they want me to kill myself. There's other targets out there. I don't think they want them to kill themselves or hurt them. Well, they do want you to. They do try to get you to hurt yourself. Don't get me wrong. I cut my neck. I know a girl who cut her wrist. But do they want to kill you necessarily? I don't think so. Um, I think we gotta try to stay away from that kind of talk. There's people out there that are they think they're heroes and all this stuff that say, well, one of the goals is to get you to commit suicide. I don't necessarily think that's true. I don't think that's true necessarily. If there's people on Facebook that have tried to hurt themselves. They try to cut themselves, and they post a picture of it on Facebook. Look at me. I tried to cut myself. I tried to kill myself. Okay, now those people, are doing everything wrong. What I hate to say this. But if your torture is so bad that you're trying to kill yourself, I would go to the hospital. Whether you end up in the psych ward or not, I would go to the hospital, and whether they diagnose you or not, and they might diagnose you or something because you're sitting there trying to cut yourself, and trying to hurt yourself, end your life. I would check myself into the hospital. I don't care, if it would save my life, and go on the medication, go on whatever. They might lock you up in the psych ward. They probably would. If you went to the hospital with marks on your neck trying to hurt yourself. And it might get, I hate to say this, it might get better after that. I would not try to sit there and, if it's so bad, I would not try to sit there and try to hurt yourself, end your life. I would go to the hospital. Who cares if they diagnose you? You're trying to kill yourself. There's people on there that do that. At least you'd be in a safe place. You'd be in a safe place. They might lay off of you, and you'd be in a safe place. Instead of sitting there at home trying to suck your exhaust pipe in your mouth, and stuff like that. It's like those people need to go to the hospital. Who cares if they diagnose you? Who cares? Who cares? You have nothing to lose. So what if they diagnose you and all this stuff? You have nothing to lose anyway. So if your torture's that bad, go to the hospital and get some help. Who cares if they diagnose you? You're trying to hurt yourself. That's what I would do. And that's probably what they want you to do. If I'm not gonna go into it, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, you know, I don't know. But do they want us to kill ourselves? I don't necessarily think that's a goal. And we got leaders out there saying, "Oh yeah, they're trying to get you to kill yourself." And well, that's not true for all of us. That's not true. That's not true for a lot of us out here. Um, you know, the some of these leaders are perps. Most of them are perps. And they don't know. They couldn't connect with a real TI if their life depended on it. There was one guy, people consider him a hero, and all this stuff. He's telling a hard target to go out there and get a job. Go out there and get a job to this girl. I know this girl, and she was being targeted super, super bad. And he's telling her to go out there and get a job. I said on there, I said, you can't work. You can't work going through this. What, are you kidding me? Well, I get tortured every day and I go to work. Oh crap. You don't know what you're talking about. These people are out of reality. They're out of touch with real TIs. They're fake TIs. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm not going to get into all that crap, gossip and all that stuff. I'm sorry for that, but, so I don't want to see anybody hurt themselves. If it comes to that point, I would go to the hospital. Who cares if you get diagnosed? Who cares? Diagnose me and give me some medication then so it gets better. If it doesn't get better, then obviously I don't have mental illness. That's the way I see it, So, but people used to post pics of, hey, look at me, I cut my neck. They won't let me kill myself. It's like, why would you talk like that? It's like, go get some help. Who cares if they diagnose you? You can't sit there. You'd be in a safe place. You'd be in the hospital. If they locked you up, you'd be in a safe place. It'd be safe for you, and maybe they would lay off you, Anyway, I'm going to cut this off. I'm not trying to give advice. It's I don't know what to do, but you have to make your decision on your own personal experience is what I'm saying, and stuff. And anyway, I don't know how I got it in that subject. I'm sorry for that. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off, you guys. You guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.